So there we saw things sort of starting off. We saw a little bit of rush of Russian media that was not exactly expected. But I thought it was sort of interesting, the conversation that Nancy was having with Nora, and there were a couple of other things that came up that I had not actually considered before. Nora asked about the Havana syndrome that has kind of made its way back into the headlines recently with Congress acknowledging that it's a thing and putting money aside to help those within the diplomatic corps that say that they have suffered from this, and also a bit of a spat over the diplomats that can either work in Russia or work in the U.S. Can you kind of clarify some things for us?
Right. So when the White House took action against Russia a couple months ago, it announced a few things. It announced a new round of sanctions. It made this slightly overly ambiguous statement that almost attributed the Russian bounties story that had been circulating in the press. Basically, the allegation is that Russia at one point was paying the Taliban bounties to attack U.S. soldiers. The statement said something about, we believe that is attributable to Russia. We're looking into it. It wasn't quite an attribution of fault, but it was as close as we're going to get. And the other thing that it did was it PNG'd, as they call in Diplo speak, it persona non grata, or kicked out 15 Russian diplomats. The Russians retaliated and kicked out 15 American diplomats. Then they took it a step further, and the Russians said they are going to ban all Russian citizens from working at the U.S. Embassy. And that's a really big deal because around the world, the United States relies heavily on locally employed staff to help run these embassies. I mean, some of these locally employed staff have worked for the U.S. government around the world in different embassies for, decades, 30, 40 years. So these are people integral to the operations of the embassy. The U.S. can't afford to send that many people over to every single embassy around the world. And it would drastically impact the operations at the U.S. Embassy in Moscow if no Russians are going to be allowed to work there. So this is something that is still, they have said it's going to happen. However, the official communique ordering the Russians to stop working at that embassy has not come across yet. So what we keep asking is there some ambiguity here? Is there a way that this could get reversed coming out of this summit? I'm being told not to necessarily expect that as a result. I'm actually being told not to, as we've talked about, really expect any tangible results out of the summit other than a first step in these leaders talking. But the diplomatic spat is something that they really need to get resolved quickly. Look, they didn't PNG the ambassadors. Ambassador Sullivan, who's our ambassador to Russia, did come back to the U.S. for consultations. Part of that was because the Russians said, it might be a good time to go back home and check in with the front office, but also because he's a layover from the Trump administration, and he hadn't met any of the new officials in person since they took office, right? He went over there. He was over there during COVID. He basically was stuck there for a year. He hadn't seen his family. There was a new administration. The Russians were a little mad at him. So, this decision was made to bring him back for a little while, but he's going back. He said he's going back. The State Department has said he plans to return. So he would probably like to return to an embassy in Moscow that's operational. And that's something they really need to hash out quickly, because once these leaders meet, that's great, but that's the 1,000-foot level. Where this stuff really gets done is their ministers and their diplomats and their ambassadors. And you have to have a functioning way of communicating between these two governments in order to make anything happen, good or bad. So hopefully that's something that can get worked out in the next couple months, but there's no promises either way, even after the summit.
Yeah, it sounds messy, and that's not even really sort of a high stakes issue. So I can only imagine how they're going to navigate some of the other stuff. So Christina, thank you very much for sort of hanging in there throughout the morning for us. Really appreciate your insight, and you always have these kind of unique little nuggets that we don't know about, and you deliver it so well. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Anne-Marie. Good luck, and I'm sure I'll see you a couple more times this week.
I'm sure.